Have you ever wondered what lies in the shadows? What lurks in the corners of your vision, just out of sight? What secrets do the dead hold? If you're brave enough, let me take you on a journey into the unknown, where we'll explore the top 10 creepiest facts of all time. So, if you're ready, let's dive into the top 10 creepiest facts, especially the last one. Number 10. There was a vampire scare in America in the 19th century. In the 19th century, America experienced a vampire scare that was fueled by outbreaks of tuberculosis, TB. TB was a deadly and mysterious disease at the time, and people believed that it could be spread by vampires. When multiple members of a family died of TB, people often suspected that a vampire was responsible. One of the most famous cases of the vampire scare occurred in 1892 in Exeter, Rhode Island. A teenage girl named Mercy Brown died of TB, and her family believed that she had become a vampire. They exhumed her body and burned her heart in an attempt to stop her from draining the life from her surviving siblings. The vampire scare eventually subsided as medical science advanced and people began to understand the true cause of TB. However, the story of Mercy Brown and other vampire scares from the 19th century continue to fascinate and terrify people today. Number 9. Loch Ness isn't the only lake in the UK with a monster. Lake Windermere in England is also home to a mysterious creature known as Bonesy. Sightings of Bonesy date back to the 17th century, and the creature is often described as a long-necked, serpent-like creature. In 2011, a group of tourists claimed to have seen Bonesy swimming in the lake, and their video footage went viral. While there is no scientific evidence to support the existence of Bonesy, the creature remains a popular source of fascination and speculation. Some believe that Bonesy is a prehistoric creature that has survived to the present day, while others believe that it is simply a myth. Number 8. The mummies of Guanajuato may have been buried alive. The mummies of Guanajuato are a collection of naturally mummified bodies that were discovered in the city of Guanajuato, Mexico in the late 19th century. The mummies were buried in shallow graves during a cholera outbreak in 1833, and the dry climate and mineral-rich soil helped to preserve them. One of the most gruesome aspects of the mummies of Guanajuato is that some of them appear to have been buried alive. This is likely due to the fact that cholera can cause a person's heart rate and breathing to slow to the point that they may appear to be dead. Additionally, the fear of the outbreak may have led some people to bury their loved ones too quickly. One particular mummy, known as Ignacia Aguilar, is thought to have been buried alive. Aguilar suffered from a heart condition that caused her heart rate to slow to the point that she would sometimes lapse into temporary comas. During one of these comas, her family mistakenly believed that she had died and buried her. When her grave was later opened, she was found with her arms raised above her head, as if she had been trying to escape. The mummies of Guanajuato are a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of accurate medical diagnoses. They are also a testament to the power of nature to preserve even the most delicate of things. Number 7. Horned lizards squirt blood from their eyes. Horned lizards, also known as horny toads, are native to the dry regions of the southwestern United States and Mexico. They are small to medium-sized lizards with a variety of horns and spines on their bodies. One of their most unique defenses is the ability to squirt blood from their eyes. When a horned lizard is threatened, it will close its eyes and squirt a stream of blood from the corner of one or both eyes. The blood has a foul taste and smell, which can deter predators. The blood is also pressurized, which can reach distances of up to several feet. Horned lizards can squirt blood from their eyes up to 50 times before they need to replenish their blood supply. They do this by reabsorbing blood from their tails. This ability is thought to have evolved as a way to avoid being eaten by predators. Horned lizards are relatively slow and clumsy lizards, so they need a way to defend themselves from predators that are faster and stronger than them. Number 6. The golden poison dart frog is so poisonous it can kill you with one touch. The golden poison dart frog is a beautiful but deadly amphibian found in the rainforests of Colombia. It is so poisonous that just one touch can kill a human adult. The frog's poison contains a neurotoxin that attacks the nervous system, causing paralysis and eventually death. The golden poison dart frog gets its poison from the ants and termites that it eats. The frog stores the poison in its skin, which is why it is so dangerous to touch. The frog's bright coloration is a warning to predators that it is poisonous. The golden poison dart frog is an endangered species due to habitat loss and the illegal pet trade. However, the frog is also being studied by scientists who are hoping to develop new drugs and treatments based on its poison. Number 5. A dead counselor still attends University College London's meetings. University College London, UCL, has a council member who has been dead for over 100 years. The council member, Jeremy Bentham, was a philosopher and social reformer who died in 1832. He was so passionate about UCL that he left his body to the university in his will, on the condition that it be preserved and displayed at council meetings. Bentham's body is now on display in a glass case in the south cloisters of UCL. He is dressed in his usual clothes and sits in a wheelchair, with a wax head and hands. At the beginning of each council meeting, the chair of the council will tap Bentham's head with a gavel to signify that he is present. Bentham's presence at council meetings is a reminder of UCL's long and distinguished history. It is also a reminder of the university's commitment to free speech and open debate. Bentham was a controversial figure in his lifetime, but his ideas have had a lasting impact on the world. Number 4. A dead pope was once put on trial. Pope Formosus was put on trial in 897, 4 months after his death. Formosus was a controversial figure during his lifetime, and his enemies sought to posthumously discredit him. He was accused of a number of crimes, including adultery, incest, and perjury. He was also accused of having been elected pope illegally. The trial was held in Rome, and Formosus' corpse was propped up in a chair to face his accusers. He was found guilty of all charges and stripped of his papacy. His body was then disinterred and thrown into the Tiber River. Formosus' trial was a unique event in history. It is the only known case of a pope being put on trial after his death. The trial was also a reflection of the political and religious turmoil of the time. Number 3. The Tower of London is haunted by lots of ghosts. The Tower of London is one of the most haunted buildings in the world, with over 13 ghosts reported. These ghosts are said to be the restless spirits of those who were executed, imprisoned, or tortured within its walls over the centuries. One of the most famous ghosts is that of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII. She was beheaded on Tower Green in 1536, and her ghost is said to be seen wandering the grounds carrying her own severed head. Another famous ghost is that of the two princes, Edward V and Richard, Duke of York. They were imprisoned in the Tower of London by their uncle, Richard III, and then disappeared. Their ghosts are said to be seen playing together in the White Tower. Other ghosts reported at the Tower of London include the ghost of Lady Jane Grey, the 9-Day Queen, the ghost of Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury, and the ghost of Sir Walter Raleigh. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, the Tower of London is a fascinating place to visit, with a rich and complex history. And who knows, you might even see a ghost or two. Number 2. In 1872, a ship was discovered floating in the ocean with no signs of its crew or passengers. In 1872, the brigantine Mary Celeste was discovered floating in the Atlantic Ocean with no signs of its crew or passengers. The ship was in good condition, with its sails set and its cargo intact. The mystery of what happened to the Mary Celeste crew has never been solved. The Mary Celeste was found on December 4, 1872, about 400 miles east of the Azores Islands. It was spotted by the British brig Dei Grazia, which sent a boarding party to investigate. The boarding party found the ship deserted, with no sign of a struggle or foul play. The ship's lifeboat was also missing, but there was no sign of it having been used. The Mary Celeste's cargo of alcohol was intact, and the crew's personal belongings were undisturbed. The ship's logbook was also found, and the last entry was dated November 25, 1872, about 9 days before the ship was found. The logbook made no mention of any problems, and the weather conditions had been good. The mystery of what happened to the Mary Celeste crew has been the subject of much speculation and debate over the years. Some theories include mutiny, piracy, and even paranormal activity. However, no definitive answer has ever been found. Number 1. There is an ancient book full of strange symbols no one can translate. The Voynich manuscript is an ancient book full of strange symbols that no one has been able to decipher for centuries. It is written in a unique script that has never been seen anywhere else, and the illustrations are just as mysterious. The manuscript is thought to have been written in the 15th century, but its origin and purpose are unknown. One of the most intriguing facts about the Voynich manuscript is that it contains a variety of illustrations that seem to depict different plants, animals, and astronomical objects. However, none of these illustrations match any known species or celestial bodies. This has led some to believe that the manuscript may contain a lost knowledge of ancient science or technology. Another fascinating fact about the Voynich manuscript is that it has been studied by some of the world's leading cryptographers, but none have been able to crack its code. This suggests that the manuscript is written in a very sophisticated language or code that we have yet to understand. The Voynich manuscript remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ancient world. It is a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of our ancestors, and it continues to fascinate and intrigue scholars and the public alike.